This week's parsha is Pekudei, which can be found in the book of Exodus, or Shemot, chapters 38:21 to 40:38. Pekudei begins with an account of all the materials used in the building of the Mishkan. Bezalel and Oholiv, chief artisans in charge of the building of the Mishkan, must create robes for the priests, special vestments for Aaron, the ephod or breastplate, the robe, and the frontlet, according to God's command to Moses. When all the work is complete, Moses blesses the congregation. God also tells Moses to erect the Mishkan on the first day of the first month, or Nisan Aleph. Then Moses anoints Aaron and his 4 sons. When Moses is done, the cloud of God covers the Mishkan. When the cloud is lifted, the Israelites must start traveling in the desert. If the cloud doesn't lift, they would not go. The sign from God changes cloud by day and goblet of fire by night. The first question I had about the parasha is, why doesn't God let Moshe enter the Mishkan? In the book of 5B.AVI, though, it says that Moshe entered the Ohel Moed. So which one is right? Rashi thinks that the cloud of God is the answer, meaning that whenever the cloud or presence of God was near, Moshe couldn't enter the Mishkan, and when God's cloud had disappeared, Moshe was allowed to go into the Mishkan. This pasuk also gave me an idea of my own. What does it mean to have the presence of God amongst us? My answer is, maybe God used these special signs as reassurance to the Israelites that God is always with them and is protecting them, and that even when you cannot see Him, there is a little piece of God within us watching over us. This also connects to our life today. When you have a risky or dangerous task ahead of you, it is good to know that God is with you and gives the opportunity to do well and succeed. Another question I had to do with my second pasuk. In the beginning of the parasha, God has many instructions He tells Moses, and after every one of them, this phrase repeats, Ko tzivah Hashem et Moshe. Why the repetition after each task? Why is it all necessary? Rambam's reason is that God wanted Bnei Israel to know that every item, every piece was important on its own, and without one little thing, the Mishkan wouldn't have turned out to be as amazing as it did. I agree with this completely because everything said in the Torah always has a reason and will always play a part in the story. One link to modern day life could be, let's say you're writing a divrei Torah. If you pay attention to all the little details, read, and find great sources, you have a better chance on having a great divrei Torah. Another example could be the Torah itself. When you look at the Torah, don't you think, wow, what an amazing book? But really, the Torah is made up of small little teachings that make up one big book. That is what is so amazing about the Torah. It isn't one big long story. It is small teachings, lessons, ideas, laws, and details that you can spend thousands and thousands of years studying.